Hey everyone, welcome back to another course member live stream. Okay, so very interesting market dynamics today because we got a few things today. First, most importantly, we got consumer sentiment. And what's really incredible is that consumer sentiment actually increased. Like, in my opinion, the things that we want to see in this market are actually happening. Now, I know the PPI report yesterday morning wasn't great, but the core CPI going down was an evidence of potentially the start of some form of inflationary peak, right? Inflation expectations for the market have been falling. We'll get an update on those right now. Inflation expectations for the consumer have been stable. In fact, in that University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey, U.S. Inflation expectations literally did not move even after all of the nonsense of this last month. They moved up slightly after the war started in Ukraine when we had our March survey. Now we have this next month's survey here. And that's a good thing. That's really, really good because remember what the Federal Reserve is trying to do. The Federal Reserve is trying to talk rates up and make sure that inflation expectations remain stable. That they don't that we don't end up having this runaway unentrenched inflation expectation, because see, a lot of people compare today to the 1970s, and it's really to some degree an uneducated mistake, because in the 70s, the late 70s, we had unanchored inflation expectations. That is, people believed that inflation was going to stay, that it was by no means transitory, by no chance transitory, that this is it. Paper money is stupid, and there's no way this could work. This is really, really interesting, because if you think about it, today, people aren't really, I mean, with the exception of like, I would say a smaller threshold of folks who are, believing that crypto is going to take over the whole world. At least in this cycle, who knows? Maybe that'll happen in a future cycle. At least in this cycle, that ain't going to happen. Nobody's really expecting the dollar is going to collapse under the might of inflation here, right? And I think that's why we have these anchored inflation expectations. So really, this is actually a really good thing. So CPI, good, indicators of a peak. PPI was obviously bad, but in the meantime, market expectations for inflation stable. Consumer expectations for inflation stable, and the Fed is achieving what they're trying to achieve by talking about rates going up. See, this is the 5-year break even. You can see it's actually, even though it looks like it's like a tiny little hair in terms of a tick up right now, our market's expectations of inflation are the lowest that they have been in the last 5 months. On top of that, let's look at the 10-2 inversion, right? That everybody is always so freaky out about. Let's get in here and see if it's changed. Yesterday was 39. Okay, look at that. So it's 32. Well, so here, you can't really see it. It's bobbing around here. So somewhere it's about, 33-ish right now. But anyway, really, really interesting. In addition to, if we go to, let's jump on over to the QQQ. There, it's right there. Okay, yeah, there we go. It's almost like you're getting this sort of daily bounce now off of this 23.6 line. So yeah, you've got uncertainties playing out in the market over these rising interest rates. But if the biggest fear is really inflation, it's not as horrible as it seems. So I like that. You've got the 10-year rising back to 2.8 or whatever over here. It's really, this fell to, it's quite interesting. This fell to 2.68 because we've been here before just a few days ago. But on CPI day, this fell to 2.68, and the belief was that people were covering shorts, and so you saw some bond buying, leading the yields to go down, and now they're right back up. So we'll see. But anyway, the tightening the Fed's trying to do is happening. So, this is par for the course. What I do very much appreciate, though, is that the market does seem to be really respecting the 23.6 line. I mean, look, you go out on the hour chart here. I mean, this is incredible. How, here's the 12th, here's the 13th. And now, even though, we were having a green morning and it turned red, we're still decently above it. So I don't know, kind of interesting. A lot of uncertainties for folks, but in my opinion, the underlying fundamentals that we should be focused on, with the exception of real estate, are great. Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say great. It's not like everything's perfect. I guess I should just say the indications are going in the right direction, right? We want consumer sentiment to go up because that means consumers keep spending. And we saw in the JP Morgan report that they actually expect consumer balances to go up, that they expect spending to continue. I wonder, what did Delta give us, guy? That's what yesterday I was going to look. Hold on. Yesterday, and then we'll look at Q&A here. Yesterday I was going to look at Delta's guide. Let's see here. Delta guidance. Yeah, raises guidance amid all-time high demand. This is what I'm talking about, Now, we're going to be looking at these reports on the regular here. This morning we had reports from Goldman, Wells Fargo, Citi, Morgan Stanley, Taiwan Semiconductor. So we've got, I've got some reports to finish going through. And so we'll come back with a report on these. But goodness gracious, I don't know. We'll see what those reports say, but at least in terms of what we got yesterday and with consumer sentiment, pretty optimistic about it. Let me quickly see if there's anything else to say beyond the Twitter stuff with Elon. Peloton to slash hardware prices, raise subscription fees. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So let's do a little bit of Q&A. This jacket, this was my dad got it for me. I don't know. I think it's Robert Graham. What was the name of that? Let's see. If a recession comes, we will first hit all-time new highs on the S&P. You don't know about that. I don't think we're ready for all-time new highs. If Elon buys Twitter, I don't think Elon buying Twitter has much to do with Tesla stock. Russian troops will be in place for Eastern offensive next few days. Could be bloody. Yeah. So I made a video a couple weeks ago, maybe about a week ago, about the Russian Victory Day coming up, right? The May 9th, which is in about 3 weeks. I do think they're going to scale up their offensive before that and hopefully scale down after that. Yeah. See, early May is going to be really interesting because it's going to be right before the Fed meeting. And it's going to be right before Russian Victory Day. So, if we write down catalysts for May, it's really interesting because you have Victory Day. Then you got the Fed. And then you have, let me see, PPI or CPI schedule of releases. Compare those two and then write them down. All right, so that's going to load. I don't know why the government website doesn't want to load. It's silly. It'll come up in a second, and then I'll let you know when that is. So anyway, that was May 9, May 4 for the Fed. May the 4th be with you. There we go. Okay, BLS is up. All right, so April data. I'm sorry. April data comes out May 11th. May 11 CPI. And jobs data is probably the first Friday as usual. Oh, but it's actually May 6th. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is going to be the crappiest 2 weeks, I'll tell you. I mean, think about it. That is going to be like, that's going to suck. So the 10-year 3-month, I don't know what this podcast is or whatever you're talking about, but so the 10-year 3-month is actually doing just fine. In fact, it's actually going in the other direction. Let's take a look at it. Yeah. See, look at this. This is the yield curve between the 3-month, 10-year. It's pretty incredible. You know, compared to the 10-2, right? Or the 210 over here, which you can't really see. But anyway, there you go. That was your inversion over here. Yeah. Anywho. An interesting little level we're stopping at here. Amazon unionization. Yeah, it's not probably a great thing for Amazon, but it's clearly the culmination of frustration by employees. Do I expect this type of market for next year as well? No, I think a lot more of these uncertainties will be gone by next year. Thoughts on CPI, decreased used car prices driving increased demand for shift. I don't know if falling used car prices increase demand for shift. I suppose it depends on inventory buildup and how their volumes are changing. So I'm not sure about that. We deal with shipping lines, and they are saying delays are not happening anymore. Supply chains are easing. Well, I mean, yeah, you would expect this to happen, right? But this is great. This is I do still think we have substantial issues that are going to last probably, quite frankly, for another year. But that's a good anecdote. Do you believe? Well, I already talked about this at the beginning of the live stream. Good working environments, good companies don't need unions. Yeah, there's. I kind of just disagree with that. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it, but yeah. The problem is like Amazon and those factories, the fulfillment factories, they have like 100% turnover rate in like 3 months. It's crazy. No, nothing special for Cardano. Yeah, I mean, even if we get a 50 basis point hike, who cares? Then what? We're at 0.75 to 1. Okay, big deal. It's still cheap. I didn't hear that about thoughts on Elon saying he will sell his Tesla shares. I don't know. Maybe he's joking. Who knows? Elon says crazy stuff. I mean, it's something. Let me see. I'm trying to give you a buying op. That's it. Elon Musk. Yeah, I don't see anything about the Tesla unless it's in the SEC filing. When is my lightning coming? Yeah, I'd love to compare it. Reasons you aren't buying. Well, I'm pretty allocated right now, especially since there's a good old little tax bill to pay, which is another thing that does weigh on retail as well, and even institutions, right? Money flows around this time can be lower. Might be worth shorting, my gosh. Housing bubble popped. I don't think it's popped. That's interesting. Yeah. Hut versus Maron Riot. You know, the Kevin O'Leary interview that I last did had some good insights on some of the differences between these. NLP and learning it for sales. I think there's some benefits to it. Yeah, it depends. It depends what you're trying to sell. You know, if you're trying to sell a relationship, like in other words, with you for like a real estate and a longer term transaction or something, or if you're trying to sell, something like now, there are different kinds of sales that go into those. Yeah. Elon subscription fee after. Well, I think that'd be an option. That's what he was talking about. Good. All right, let's go look at a real estate deal really quick. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we got ourselves a real estate deal, and then we can even do a quick YouTube analysis too. All right. We got a couple now. Look at this. There we go. So here we have an off-market single family in Georgia. Price is $340, 10% down, doing a 10-1 arm. Needs new flooring and paint. You've attached the inspection. Believe the property is 15 to 20% below the market. Plan to live in it with our 3 little ones while house hacking a bonus room and 200 square foot storage room as a long-term rental. Hopefully those two together, not renting that out individually. Also plan to add a camper in the back. My gosh, you're able to do that where you are? The house is in a cul-de-sac, well-established, quiet neighborhood, good schools, 10 minutes from major expressways. Roof installed in 19, HVAC's 5 years old. Yeah, these things sound great. All right. Let's take a look at some of the comps that you have, and then we'll look at your deal too. There we go. Comps and yours. All right. So you're up at, I don't know, what are we up? 1630-ish? That sounds good. Okay. So your deal was this one, 1530. So, wow, almost a 3,000 square foot home. My goodness. Interesting. It's a nice square footage. Built in 81. Okay, cool. And trying to get a lot size. Oh, here we go. Almost half an acre. Wow. That's pretty neat. Yeah, look at that. Gosh, I mean, it doesn't actually look like you have to do much. I agree. Maybe some paint. They've got some wood-like tile over here. This floor actually doesn't seem terrible. I don't know that I would start by replacing the floor. I'd probably have my kids destroy the floor first. Probably wouldn't do anything. Yeah, you don't have to spend money at all. That's great. So, okay, great. So you're buying this place for what? $340. Okay, let's take a look at that, and we'll see what some of the comps are that you have. So this is a lot smaller. Wow, this is like 900 square feet smaller. Same area. Yeah. 361, also a lot smaller. 420. Yeah, I mean, that's an 80K difference, but this looks like a new home. This is like a 2005. So that's going to be a difference. It's going to be tough to compare to the newer neighborhoods. Oh, 1991. It's only 10. No, that's actually, golly, they had a really future thinking style here. 91. That's great. That's only within 10 years of yours. That's not bad. You could use that. That's fair. 10 years. I'll take that. 94. I'll take that too. Wow, and you're 81. Okay. What's up with the area? Let's see here. Population. All right. So smaller town. Very low poverty. That's good. Okay. Got it. So smaller town, potential for a little less liquidity, harder or take longer to rent. But otherwise, I mean, I agree with you. This seems great. I think you nailed it at a good price here. Let's see what your inspection is. Oh, let's see here. There we go. So we'll just briefly look at some of the more important items here. All right, a little bit of rot, open splice, cover plate. Okay, that's boring. Wire for disposal, junction box. Okay, yeah, they don't like this exhaust. Little handle over here. Reattach conduit. Railing on staircase, smoke detector. I mean, a lot of this stuff seems relatively minor. Okay, yeah, little defects here with the floor. I mean, like I said, I'd have the kids kill it. Like, go have at it, destroy it. Really? A tiny little crack in the fireplace? Oh no, a hairline crack in the fireplace. Yeah, there's a little, a few little cosmetic things. Maybe the carpet doesn't look that great right there. This doesn't seem horrible. I mean, this is like ceiling and minor stuff. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal. So, yeah, I'd say good for you. I think that's awesome. I think you killed it. So good job. All right, let's do a quick 2-minute YouTube, and then we can go back to Q&A. Yeah, I haven't done this one a little bit, so we gotta catch up. Otherwise, I'm gonna fall behind again. All righty. Okay, so here's Tyler and his top 5 credit cards coming up. 2130 in. Beginner to pro. If I was going to do a credit video, it'd probably be like 0 to like 850, like rank it by credit score. People seem to love that in the credit market. Okay, cool. So Wealthy Nurse, let's see.
In this video, we're going to go over my top 5 credit cards for
I mean, the intro is perfect. The title's still pretty clear. It's awesome.
2022. Although credit isn't the end-all be-all of that holy grail 850 credit score,
Yeah,
make sure you pay.
Talking about score too. I mean, this is great.
Back is 1.5% on all purchases. Not bad.
I wonder if, yeah, okay, there you go. I was going to say, if you can get some more color in here. The color can do really well, especially if you're going to do this. And also because the background is it doesn't have a little color here. You can get a Philips Hue light or something back here and just splash some color on the wall. I think that could help, as well as maybe even a little color on the text. You could like download the font Obelisk Pro. Everyone uses that in like gaming, and it's really neat. What thumbnail did you go with over here? Yeah, I would even maybe have like one credit card or like a few of them in your hand, but like really, really large. Here, you have more of a presence than the cards, and they kind of blend in the back. And I think that could help get that main subject up on a review vid like that. This is a little better because it's larger, but then there's a lot going on, right? Yeah. So anyway, that's cool. I would keep posting. I think that's great. Oh, look at that. And you did a nurse video over here, and you killed it on that. So you could also figure out if you've got a niche that's working, do more of that. Do more of these. Look at that. Your short over here did great as well. So do more of the things that are doing well. Although the credit card video did great for you as well initially. Although look at the nurse videos you're doing. Yeah, people watch you for the nurse videos, not the finance. More nursing videos. Day in the life. All right. So let's go to a little more Q&A. Let's have the QQQ up as well. It's kind of relaxing again a little bit. It's one way to put it. Relaxing. Toyota is still facing a lot of issues. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Remember, they had a very, what's it called? I don't know. They had a large stockpile of excess inventory, and that has sort of waned. And now they got to actually deal with the underlying logistics. And why'd they have the original backlog of supply chain issue or of inventory? Is it because They weren't as confident in their supply chains. I don't know. But yeah, Toyota's production is just going straight down. It's not great. I think they went from like 950K cars a month to like 750K cars. It's crazy. Twitter, all hands on deck. Oh, gosh. That's the news of the day there. Everybody wants to talk about Twitter. It's going to be kind of interesting to see what happens. Yeah. Best state self-employed jobs in California. What? Best licensed state self-employed jobs in California that are hard. Best license. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Well, most manufacturers use just-in-time manufacturing. Yeah, I would say 90% of the content in the real estate course applies internationally. Work for a large German energy equipment manufacturer. Our equipment lead times are still increasing. Yeah, well, you know, that's also a sign too that businesses are continuing to spend on capital investments, right? That's a good thing. Okay, I wanted to pull this really quick. Let's see here. Yeah, I wanted to get to see if I could see that Musk thing about the all hands on deck meeting, but I don't see that right now. Let me just go to Twitter news. Let's see. Oh. Why do they make it so hard today? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't actually see that. That 2 p.m. meeting. Where'd you see that? It'll be interesting to see. Oh, well. We'll see. Twitter's all over the news today. All right, let's see what else we got. So, Baba calling my name. No, I don't buy Baba. I don't buy the Chinese ones. We talked about that. Oh, Seeking Alpha reported it. Really? Okay. On Twitter or on their website? Delta. Oh, okay. Thank you. I will check it out. Let's see here. I still don't actually see it. Oh, well. A Peloton got paused for volatility. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, 59 minutes ago, we'll hold an all-hands-on-deck meeting with employees at 2 p.m. Pacific to discuss the Musk offer. That's quite interesting. Yeah, got it. Thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, who does an all-hands meeting with the public? Do you believe there's a way for OEMs to get out of the dealership model? I don't know. You know, they have so many models that having salespeople isn't a bad thing. I mean, I suppose you could have salespeople without the dealership model and just like showroom sales folks, but I don't know. AMD run after good. Well, it depends. I'll have to see what the TSM earnings are, and so I'll be going through those. Oh, okay. Well, and they're both down 2%. So, oh, now Reuters is reporting it. Wow, that took them a while to report that. The 2 p.m. meeting. All hands on public Zoom. Crypto crash? Who knows? Oh, why did I just day trade? I could. I don't know. Best ad move ever if they live streamed it on Twitter. Yeah, no kidding. That is a good idea. Probably the same companies as always. No, I'm not flipping to cash heavy. I'm just saving more money and yeah. Ross Gerber tweeted the offer is too low. I don't know. I mean, everything's kind of fallen. I mean, Twitter used to be much more expensive. Oh, it went negative today. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, look at what Twitter used to go for, $80. It's almost half that now. It's crazy. Alta bikes? No, I haven't. This market's better to day trade. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably. be a lot of trading. All right. Well, I think that is about all I have to report for right now. Now we're starting to get into that repeating loop of questions, things we've already talked about. So, yeah. In that case, let's regroup tomorrow and have a good Thursday. Thanks so much. See you. Bye.